How quiet they are. The dead. They spent their little lives clawing for meaning, for warmth, for one more breath. And this is what it earned them. Stone, silence, soil. Every grave is a confession. Humanity admitting at last that it was never meant to last.
Do you always rehearse in graveyards? Or only when you can't find an audience that won't bury itself to escape the speech?
You move well for something that smells of grave dirt and gunpowder. A vampire. Good. I had begun to think this island bred only sheep.
A vampire calling other things sheep while standing on a rock, posing at the moon. I know what you are. The blonde peacock, Joestar's unwanted relative. The boy who stole a body and decided that made him a god.
I am Dio, and the name Joestar is a stain I have nearly finished scrubbing from history. You speak as though you've read my biography.
I've eaten better men than your whole bloodline. Tell me, god of the gravestones, why does a being who's transcended humanity spend a century obsessed with one human family? Gods don't hold grudges. Gods forget. You seethe.
I do not seethe. I correct. Humanity is a ladder, Alucard, and I have climbed past its final rung. The weak exist to serve the strong. To abandon humanity is not a tragedy. It is evolution. You, of all things, should understand. Look at you, power that could topple nations, and yet you wear it like a leash. You serve humans. Why?
Ah, there it is.
Answer me. A creature of your strength, bowing to some Hellsing woman who'll be a corpse in 50 years. It's obscene. It's embarrassing. I could give you something worthy of that power.
You're recruiting me. In a graveyard, at midnight. Let me guess the next part. We'd be partners, equals, two kings. And somewhere in that speech, very quietly, the word beneath would appear, and you'd hope I didn't notice.
You wound me. I offer partnership.
You offer a flesh bud and a smile. I've met 100 of you, Dio. Everyone was certain he was the first. Everyone is dust now. The difference between us isn't power. It's that I know what I am. You're still pretending.
And what am I in your centuries of wisdom?
A frightened child wearing a god's coat.
Careful.
Why? You scream God, God, God into the dark, because the moment you stop screaming, you might hear that boy again. The one who was beaten, and poor, and helpless, and nothing. You didn't rise above humanity. You've spent 100 years sprinting away from a child you couldn't save. That's not transcendence. That's a tantrum that learned to bite.
You presume a great deal, for a dog on a chain. You speak of fear? Who needs a human girl's permission before you're allowed to be what you are? I felt it the moment you arrived, the restraint laid over you like a coffin lid. You cannot even die without asking leave. That isn't loyalty, monster. That's a muzzle, and you've licked the hand that holds it for so long, you've convinced yourself you chose it.
I did choose it.
Slaves always say that. Restraint. What a soft word weak things invent to dress up their surrender. I bind no one over me. I answer to no leash, no woman, no master. That is freedom.
Freedom. You manufacture loyalty by burying worms in people's skulls. Your followers don't love you, Dio. They're terrified, or broken, or owned. Take away the fear, and not one of them would stay. I let a human bind me, because she's the only thing in 3 centuries with the spine to give me an order and mean it. Integra Hellsing has something you will never grow in a laboratory of corpses. Courage, real authority, the kind you don't have to inject. Accepting a restraint you could shatter at any moment, that takes more strength than your whole empire of frightened slaves.
Strength from holding back.
From knowing when not to. You wouldn't understand. You've never held anything back in your life. That's why you've never been more than half of what you are.
Now then, while you stood there flapping your jaw, I have moved. A lesser creature would not even comprehend that the world had ended and begun again around it.
Oh, that was lovely. The world went somewhere just now, didn't it? Held its breath. I felt the seam where it stitched back together. I have no idea how you did that. How delightful.
You should be confused. or afraid?
I'm neither. Let me return the courtesy. Every soul I've ever devoured is in here, Peacock. Everyone's still screaming. I don't need to stop time. I am a graveyard that walks.
You're older than you pretend, stranger, and far more broken than the cattle I keep. Fascinating.
Now you're getting it.
It changes nothing. I have conquered humanity by rising above it. That remains true whatever you contain.
You never rose above it. You ran from it, and one day all your immortality will simply mean you have to keep running longer.
And you? Your touching devotion to worthy humans, your hunger for the courageous one. Admit it, monster. You don't admire them. You're shopping. You're searching every brave little soul for the one finally strong enough to put you in the ground. You don't serve humans, Alucard. You're begging one of them to kill you.
Well, finally, you've said something interesting.
Dawn, how tedious. This was a conversation, vampire. Our next meeting will not be. I'll enjoy unraveling whatever you are.
Run along then, little god. He talks like a god, poses like a god, but bleeds like a man. I'll let him keep the costume, until the day I'm in the mood to take it off him.